In the heart of Malaysia's capital lies the story of a scandal so vast it would shake the very foundations of trust, a story of ambition, greed, and betrayal that captured global attention.
One Malaysia Development Berhad, or 1MDB, was once the highest point of Malaysia's economic ambition, but what began as a bold dream unraveled into one of the largest financial scandals in history, leaving billions unaccounted for.
In 2009, Malaysia launched One Malaysia Development Berhad, an ambitious sovereign wealth fund designed to drive economic development, attract foreign investment, and help Malaysia achieve developed nation status by 2020. But what started as a bold vision soon descended into chaos. The objectives were clear. 1MDB was dedicated to contributing to the country's developmental goals, like achieving a developed status by 2020. 1MDB promised to promote economic development through global partnerships and foreign direct investment. Yet, hidden within its operations lay a network of corruption and greed.
This isn't just a story about missing money, it is a story about broken trust, compromised integrity, and the fight to reclaim accountability in public finance. How did a National Development Fund end in this ways? Join us as we unravel this shocking tale. The main issue of 1MDB is mismanagement of funds. This scandal exposed massive fraud and mismanagement, implicating Malaysian officials, international bankers, and Hollywood figures. Billions intended for public development were diverted into private hands, leading to extravagant purchases like super yacht and luxury real estate. By 2015, investigation revealed approximately $4.5 billion had gone missing, with allegations of embezzlement and money laundering affecting countries such as the US, Switzerland, and Singapore. It started as a dream to transform Malaysia's economy. It ended as one of the largest financial heists. How did 1MDB become a global symbol of corruption?
The story of 1MDB began with hope in 2009 but quickly spiraled into chaos. Join us as we explore the timeline of events, meet the key players, and uncover the truth behind this global scandal. In 2009, One Malaysia Development Berhad, or 1MDB, was established with Najib Razak serving as the advisory board chairman. This fund was intended to promote economic development in Malaysia. Fast forward to 2015, serious allegations arose when reports indicated that nearly $700 million from 1MDB had been funneled into Najib's personal accounts. This led to increased scrutiny of Shahrul Halmi, the CEO of 1MDB. By 2018, both Muhammad Irwan Seriga Abdullah and Najib were charged with criminal breach of trust concerning the misappropriation of 1MDB funds. In 2020, Shahrul Halmi faced charge for criminal breach of trust and money laundering related to 1MDB. Joe Low was identified as the mastermind behind the scandal, accused of orchestrating a scheme to divert billions for personal use. In 2021, the trial of Muhammad Irwan Seriga Abdullah for 6.6 billion ringgit Malaysia in criminal breach of trust charge was delayed due to the focus on Najib Razak's 1MDB case. In 2022, Najib was sentenced to prison for embezzling 1MDB. After 2022, Najib stays in prison serving his 12-year term as other legal proceedings involving the 1MDB scandal continue.
We have reached a turning point in our comprehension of 1MDB's tragic collapse. The main issues at the core of this crisis are transparency, accountability, and integrity, or rather, the concerning lack of these values in governance. According to Dr. Ahmad Faiz, he defined accountability as unservable. Accountability was glaringly absent from billions funneled into personal accounts to questionable transactions authorized by top officials.
1MDB exposed a failure of oversight at every level. This wasn't just mismanagement, it was a betrayal of public trust. Serious accusations against former Prime Minister Najib Razak included the illegal purchase of more than $1 billion connected to 1MDB. Large sums of money were transferred into his personal accounts, according to investigation, which raised concerns about accountability at the highest government level.
Report, right report. Report ni not just sending a report, but inside ones that need to be revealed lah, not to hide. If you are sending report but you hide with something, so that is not providing a report. So this providing a good report. So benda yang sepatutnya dilaporkan, lapor. Jangan benda yang sepatutnya disembunyikan, dan benda yang sepatutnya tak dilaporkan. Inadequate oversight ni maksudnya pemantauan yang tak cukup, insufficient oversight, insufficient monitoring, because I mean here the regulatory bodies fail to monitor the operations of 1MDB, and this led to the financial mismanagement, as corruption, since that this involved the high profile individuals and companies. This is something that ni lah saya sebut is masalah lazim dah berlaku. Why that this mismanagement happen? Because of lack or insufficient or inadequate monetary bodies.
Integrity, as defined by Qasim, refers to professional responsibility or wholeness. A professional with integrity performs their duties carefully and responsibly, considering all relevant interests. Goldman Sachs, a key player in the scandal, reaped massive profits while facilitating dubious transactions. Bribes and false claims disguised billions in embezzled funds. This wasn't just a lapse in judgment, it was a deliberate erosion of integrity in global finance. Goldman Sachs played a significant role in facilitating the fraud by arranging bonds for 1MDB while neglecting to disclose questionable activities. The firm faced substantial penalties, including a $2.3 billion fine to the U.S. Justice Department. Transparency, the foundation of good governance, requires officials and government to act honestly and keep the public informed about their decisions. However, it was deliberately ignored. Financial records were hidden under the Official Secrets Act, making it nearly impossible for the public to understand what went wrong. The result? Over $7 billion in accounted transactions and shattered faith in Malaysia's public finance system. This lack of transparency fuels suspicions of mismanagement and misuse of funds. We can see that Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad condemned the government's classification of 3 investigation reports against Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak.
The large amount of money tu was directed wrongly, ataupun misdirected to private account, so they went to their personal account. So this is something the consequence lah of what I said earlier, the complex financial dealing, which were not fully disclosed. This is what lack of transparency.
Every significant event or decision leaves a mark, influencing various aspects of society. These effects can be political, economic, and social, which shape the trajectory of nations and communities, steering them toward progress or prompting critical reforms. Today, we will explore the wide-ranging impacts of the 1MDB case, from the corridors of power to the daily life of individuals. This ripple effect offers valuable lessons and insights for all of us. Each action can cause consequences, and the 1MDB scandal remains one of the most significant events in Malaysia. We will explore how this scandal reshaped governance, strained the economy, and eroded public trust. The scandal sparked changes in political change in Malaysia. One of the key reforms born out of this crisis was the National Anti-Corruption Plan, or NACP, introduced in 2019. What is the purpose? To combat corruption, enhance transparency, and strengthen democratic institutions. This comprehensive plan was designed to address governance failures exposed by the 1MDB scandal, including poor financial oversight, weakened judicial independence, and gaps in political finance regulations. The financial consequences of the 1MDB scandal were equally staggering. Billions of dollars were embezzled, leaving the fund unable to service its debts. By 2016, the Malaysian government was forced to step in, paying 6.98 billion ringgit Malaysia to cover interest on the loans. To manage these debts, Malaysia turned to drastic measures, including selling land through Bank Negara Malaysia, issuing shares via Khazanah Nasional Berhad. Despite this effort, the nation continues to face a significant financial burden, with 48.6 billion ringgit Malaysia already paid and additional liabilities remaining. The 1MDB scandal also left a lasting mark on Malaysian society, deeply eroding public trust in government's institutions. The effect of eroding public trust causes Barisan Nasional's reputation, which led to demonstrations of citizens. As example, the Bersih movement. Even CNN, a globally renowned news network, has highlighted this movement. This is footage of Bersih movement held in city centre Kuala Lumpur.
So one of the impact of the scandal of 1MDB, I said just now, is about the trust deficit. It has created a trust deficit of the people to the government. Okay, so that is one. And what is the impact of this trust deficit? Okay, we can see in 2018 general election, the people has moved away from the ruling coalition at that particular time to the newly formed coalition. Why? Because we do not have any more trust to the coalition ataupun to Barisan Nasional ataupun to the people involved at that time, because they cannot guarantee us the transparency, the freedom of the people. Okay, so that is the and it has created this backlash of the people. So trust deficit has resulted in the change of the government at that particular time. So of course, as Malaysian living 2018 sampai ke hari ini, of course it would be a momentous occasion for us to witness the change of the government that never happened before.
Dataran Merdeka stands as a symbol of Malaysia's independence, but the journey to reclaim the nation's future has faced many challenges. The new government under Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad took bold steps, starting with re-establishing a special task force to investigate the massive 1MDB financial scandal. The task force objective was clear: to recover stolen funds, whether hidden in Malaysia or laundered abroad, made up of the MACC, Attorney General's Chambers, Royal Malaysia Police, and Bank Negara Malaysia. It symbolized the government's resolve to combat corruption and restore the economy and national trust. In the wake of 1MDB, the government understood that restoring trust required a comprehensive approach. One key solution was halting the appointment of public officials to the boards of state-owned enterprises (SOE), aimed at combating corruption and ensuring fair governance. Public officials on SOE boards can face conflicts of interest, making it hard to oversee companies fairly. With 1MDB, the involvement of figures like the finance minister raised accountability concerns. To fix this, the government decided officials would only set goals for SOEs, ensuring transparency and fair decision-making.
First, as I said, we need a very much Freedom of Information Act. Yeah? that allow people to receive information from the government. Number two, we have to strengthen the Whistleblower Protection Act. Whistleblower Protection Act, those who give information to the to the authority must can be protected.
Control the financial ataupun the resources of the country. And what will happen, it will end up that this person will control and will have the total power in the country. And because of this reason, things like 1MDB happen. Because the idea is from the Prime Minister and this idea has been approved by the Minister of Finance. So it is the same person. Okay? And of course we have the cabinet that's supposed to play the role of check and balance, okay, to question the Prime Minister. But such thing did not happen in this country. Okay? And of course we need to have a proper reform in this matter. So whoever holds the position of the Prime Minister cannot hold the position of the Finance Minister, because we do not want to have one individual that control almost that ataupun one individual that will have almost absolute power in this country. So that is first, the political reform. Second, the administrative reform. Of course, we need the commitment of the government to reform the public service, especially the financial management in the public service. Okay? And of course, this also include the reporting. This also include the financial practices in the public service. It is not just the matter of the execution of the policy, no, but the public servant need to understand.
The 1MDB scandal highlights the need for stronger governance and global cooperation against corruption. It exposed weaknesses in oversight, allowing criminal networks to exploit gaps and lead to a global rethink of anti-money laundering AML policies. The scandal shows how crucial transparency is, as $6.5 million was misappropriated due to poor oversight. To prevent future scandals, we must foster integrity and commit to continuous improvement in governance. So, could better transparency save billions in Malaysia?